We're talking about Jeepers Creepers pictures. Let's get into it.
What's your favorite scary movie? Amen.
We'll tear your soul apart.
Allow Pennywise to dance you now.
Oh, Lord of the beast!
God, don't do that.
But sometimes death is better.
Hey everybody, what's up? KillJoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. Today we are talking about Jeepers Creepers Reborn, and before I do that, I'm gonna need y'all to like this video, subscribe, do all that because it would make me genuinely happy. I see that about 15,000 people watch this page, and only like 7,000 some are subscribed. So if you can hit that subscription button, I could do KillJoy Jake for like 80 plus years, or as long as my physical body will be alive for. And as long as I can exist, I will be doing this. So, Let's do this. Let's talk about horror movies. Let's talk about Jeepers Creepers Reborn. Let's get into this. So recently, Dean of the Dead Hot Sauce, this page, which is pretty sick. They have about 10,000 followers on Instagram. Go check them out because they just gave us a big old Jeepers Creepers update. Apparently, this guy makes his own hot sauce. Have not tried it yet, but I'm gonna have to if it's horror movie themed and it's really spicy. I'm all about that. I love some spicy food, man. Hot wings and ranch, my favorite. That's my favorite food right there. So gonna have to try this out. He just gave us a big old Jeepers Creepers update because apparently the guy is in the movie and has his own like set. Like he has his own like at the Horror Hound Festival. He has a Dean of the Dead hot sauce booth set up at Horror Hound, and it's featured in this new Jeepers Creepers movie, which is really friggin' sick. Now, one thing I want to say before I get into all the set pictures he just released for us, is I want to just do a little recap on Jeepers Creepers Reborn. A few of the things we know for all the new people here, which is really important to me to do this recap because there's something we're going to get into in a sec. The former director, Victor Salva, is not attached to this project whatsoever. And if he was, I would not be reporting on it whatsoever. It's something I want to make very, very, very clear at the beginning of all these videos because the guy is a real life monster and actually did some messed up shit in real life. And we're not going to get into that because I want this space to be a fun, horror loving space where we can all just come peacefully talk about horror movies and chill. And that's what I want this space to be. So if you want to look up what happened with Victor Salva, he's kind of a jerk in real life. We're not fans of him here. So they kicked him off. Jeepers Creepers. We have a new guy, Timo Varensola, directing. He did a movie about moon Nazis. So if you're into that, you're gonna like the new Jeepers Creepers film. So talking about some of these set pictures, though, Dean of the Dead gives us many things to work with here. So a whole bunch of stuff that's kind of crazy. We're going to save the pictures of the creeper for last because that's probably the most interesting stuff. We get this behind the scenes picture right here where it's someone, and it appears to be the guy in a later photo who's covered in blood, and he's standing in what appears to be not the creeper's van, but another van. So I'm assuming this guy's gonna get killed. Maybe the creeper comes flying down and like starts picking at him because we get this picture later on, which I'm scrolling. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this picture, which will be up on the screen for you guys, but I'm looking at it on my phone, is this same dude covered in blood, and he's just looking nasty. So hopefully we get a disturbing kill here. We see that picture with that later picture like I was talking about. Then we also get this picture of the creeper, and he's standing in front of a green screen with somebody who is laying down with like, it looks like a blanket over top of them or something. And also something to note here is that their feet are very muddy. Their boots are covered in mud, and they have some kind of rope wrapped around their ankles. So maybe this could be a prisoner of the creeper, like we saw in the first one, especially as the creeper likes to take people and save them for later, for when he's running low on flesh supplies. He likes to just rip from them and then replace his own body parts with that. So that could be what's going on here. Maybe he's just going for the kill right now. I'm not 100% sure. Something's going on in front of a green screen though that's going to be real messed up. I'm all about that. We get this picture with Dean, I'm assuming his name is. Why else would he call his hot sauce brand that? He is standing next to some kind of jester looking dude that is like just covered in all these like baby skeletons. He's also got a big old skeleton staff, which I think is sick. Now, another thing, like I was talking about earlier, a big place in this movie is going to be the Horror Hound Festival, which is super cool to set your horror movie during a horror film festival. That's fucking sick. All about that. It's going to follow two characters, Chase and Lane, who are in a relationship. Chase seems like he's really into horror films. Lane, not so much. So that's going to probably create for some funny little moments of comedy amidst the horror, which I think is great. We get another picture of Dean standing in front of a big old sign that says Horror Hound for the festival. We already talked about that. Another thing of him standing in front of like he's on the set here. He's in front of a big old horror hound sign. And the final picture that I want to talk about is the two pictures of the creeper. Now, this one that I'm putting up on screen right now, that got leaked a while ago. Like, we had seen this picture way back when I first started reporting on this last year. I've been covering Jeepers Creepers Reborn for a year now, which is insane. I can't even believe it's been that long. But this was one of the first pictures I actually talked about. And the creeper doesn't look great. He looks a little off. I can't even put my finger on what specifically it is, but it's just like, yeah, it's like the creeper at McDonald's versus the creeper we have at home. It's that meme, but like with this. And Jeepers Creepers Reborn creeper does not look all that great. And we got another picture of him that's, to my knowledge, new that I'm putting up on screen now. It's a much better profile picture of him, and it's just not great. It just looks off. There's something about it that is wrong. I jokingly put a comment on one of the fan accounts page saying he looks like he's a dad in his 40s and he's struggling. I don't know, man. He just looks off. There's something about, like, maybe it's the eye shape or something, the droopy eyes that's giving him like this like sad bulldog look. There's something wrong with it, and I don't know what it is. It's not as bad as like Freddy Krueger 2010, but it's rough. It's rough, man. Like I said though, movies usually come down to execution, direction, writing, performances. It's much more about that to me than it is about the effects or like how things look. If you have an excellently well-crafted story, it really doesn't matter about what the effects and all that. As long as they look decent or okay, like this is decent. This is a 5 out of 10 job in my opinion. As long as everything's decent, it looks like this movie's gonna be really dark to cover up a lot of that anyways. It should be fine, I hope. I'm staying optimistic. This is me staying optimistic because I want this movie to be good. We could use another good Jeepers Creepers film, which we really haven't gotten since like 2, arguably. I like 2 for the nostalgia value of it. It was one of the first films to really scare me. I love it. It's a fun movie. I remember riding the bus in the morning. I would just be terrified. I would be looking out the window, thinking the creeper was gonna run by me and throw like his ninja stars into the into the tires, and the bus would crash. I would always imagine that when I was a kid. So that film really resonates with me, and it really scares me still today. I love it. The third one is a bit rough. I saw a few comments saying they liked the third Jeepers Creepers, and that's great. Like I said, if that film brings you joy, don't want to crap on you there because that's awesome. I'll never crap on someone for being like, hey, I enjoy this thing, even if it's, in my opinion, kind of gross and not my favorite thing. That's fine. That's totally great. But I just was not a fan of Jeepers Creepers 3. I didn't like the direction they took. This is the movie I've been wanting. This is the continuation of 2. We've been left on a cliffhanger for so long. I want to see what happens next. And now we are finally there. We're finally at that point where it's like we can see what happens next when the creeper may or may not wake up in the Taggart barn. Well, I'm assuming he's gonna wake up because, like, yeah, he has to for a new Jeepers Creepers movie. It'd be kind of weird. Like, it'd be like making a Nightmare on Elm Street movie without Freddy Krueger. I keep relating this whole video to Freddy for some reason, but that's just the other horror character that comes to mind for some reason when I link these two together. But my point is, obviously, he's gonna wake up in the Taggart barn. I've been waiting to see this film since I saw the ending of 2, all the way back a long time ago, 2003, when that movie came out. 2003? Yeah, sure. I'm pretty sure that's when that came out. That's off the top of my head. But thank you guys so much for watching this new Jeepers Creepers Reborn update. What do you guys think about the creeper and how he looks? Do you like these Dean of the Dead hot sauce pictures, or are you kind of scared about the film like myself? I'm staying optimistic, like I said. I'm on the fence. Execution is everything when it comes to movies, and if this film was executed well, it's gonna be good, despite the effects not looking exactly spot on. So I'm excited for this film nonetheless. What do you guys think? Leave me something about it down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching this new video talking about Jeepers Creepers Reborn. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe. Like I said, about like somewhat very close to 15,000 people watch this page, and it seems like not all y'all are subscribed. So like if you could do that, hit that little red button, it would help me grow this page. You know what? You don't even have to hit the red button. If you just give me the fountain of youth so I can live until the sun explodes, so I can do this channel until literally the end of time, that would be great as well. If you could figure that out, you wouldn't have to subscribe. Otherwise, subscribe. Unless you have the fountain of youth in your backyard that you'll let me swim around in for like a couple of hours, then different story. But yeah, please subscribe otherwise. Thank you all so much for watching again. Support me on Patreon if possible. Link for that is in the description below. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.